support to stay. I feel stuck. I have a sense something's going to happen soon, and I'm unsure of my direction and how to support myself to surrender to what is.
Another beautiful question. This dear soul has said she requires support. And that is why we have established the Invisible College, because the true support you require is invisible to the mind, but is certainly felt by the heart. The true support you require is inside of you. But you can only surrender to that support, and that support is love. Love will not be bargained with. Love will not be corrupted. And you can try to hurt love, but you can't. For love has no concept of itself outside of itself. But love requires only one thing, and that is expression and expansion of itself. How do you think your universe came about? Now, to answer this question over here as well, you need to understand that your rage and anger in truth is no more than repressed love. You have divine current coming in through your nervous system, your meridians, your veins, your cells, your organs, that allows all of these things to function. When you block it with emotional states that come from your mental beliefs, the frequency of love becomes blocked, can become chaotic. And because the mind fears love to begin with, it will shut it down as far as it can. And within each of your base chakras is rage. But again, through understanding, you will come to understand that it is simply unexpressed love. Now, when each of you have felt rage, has your bodies not shook? Has there not been fire in your belly? Do you not fear this feeling? The mind goes, how do I control this? What do I do with this force that I cannot control? I will judge it and I will put it in a box, and I will call it something negative, and I will call it anger and rage. So then your humanity has this belief that if you have anger and rage as it is perceived, there is something wrong with you. But if you could surrender to the rage, feel the shaking as Starlight's body just shook. What is truly wishing to be manifested and released from you is denied love, which your scientists call life force, which they call vibrations, whatever they choose to. So have you been getting angry with yourself, being stuck on the path?
Yes. That's not a statement. Yes. Also,
There is rage there as well? Oh, there is. Beautiful, unexpressed love. That is what is waiting. Now your souls have held themselves back for many incarnations, allowing the head to drive the bus. Well, the bus has gone off the cliff, people, because the mind cannot control the fuel that runs the bus. And the fuel that runs the bus is love, is life force. But the mind fears if it lets go of the steering wheel, it will crash. You see what we say? It takes absolute trust and faith in your soul. And that is what you are each being asked to do. Surrender to the advanced awareness of your soul. For the mind is magnetic and wishes you to be chasing all sorts of stuff. The mind is terrified, and the mind then runs impulses through your biological bodies of terror and fear. So then you believe that to be real. But fear and terror can only be experienced in the illusion of separation. Isis has said, this planet is your physical body. If you rape her, you are raping yourself. And you cannot do a head job on this. It must be felt. Now, each of you are also conduits for love on earth. You are walking, talking trees. We have said that from our first transmission. You are here to bring divine current through your biological body to serve Mother Earth. And to serve yourselves, of course, for in giving you automatically receive. Many of you are reawakening your most ancient gifts, and each of you is an alchemist of energy. That is what you each are. You have had many past lives. How shall we put this? Cheeky past lives, may we say, dancing around the cauldron. You are being asked to reawaken the witch within you. You see, she is feeling the truth here. Let the tears of grief come, dear one, of betraying yourself, of not being true to self. These tears are pure cleansing tears of the truth. Breathe in that love. Breathe it in with this love. We can feel you surrendering in front of us. Is it a relief?
I'm frightened, I don't know if it's a relief.
It's a frightening relief.
A frightening relief.
You see what we say? It is a frightening relief to suddenly feel freedom. Because you are about to respond to your abilities. Now, in the past, and we have said this before, you are all suffering the Jesus syndrome of if I show my power, my love and my light, I will be crucified, and you have to trust us. You will not in this lifetime. We promise you that. You see at the core is this terror.
Yes. And yet it's so familiar what you said to me. Ooh.
You will not play havoc this time.
That's what frightens me. I'm frightened of causing harm.
This is very open and honest. Is there not within each of you been a time when you have felt such blinding rage at another, you believe you could annihilate them with a look? Be honest with yourselves.
Absolutely. I wish my teacher did and he died.
You are your own authentic teacher, dear, and he is with you. But this terror of your power, this rage you have each felt for another, that terrifies you, that frightens you, is the force of love wishing to be expressed. Now you all have cellular memory of this rage and annihilation of others with your gifts. And that has been a magnificent experience, for you have experienced the destruction that it creates when love is taken as a negative force through the ego mind. And we can tell through your humility and your fragility here, dear one, you are remembering that experience, but that was a gift, for you shall never do it again. You must trust that. Trust your soul. We cannot tell you what you are not ready to hear. We want you to sit with the elements. For in our last transmission, we showed many here that the elements are your true parents, and that they were taken from their purity and put into gods such as Ra and Isis. Those gods of Ra and Isis are your true biological parents, but they are beyond symbols of God, of gods. They are the elements. And in your power as alchemists, you can call upon these elements to transform you, to shift consciousness within you and around you. The invisible support of the elements and their consciousness is here for you, dear one, for you are one of their witches, one of their transformers. And it is only through humility can you safely harness these energies. Each of you witness this as a sacred act. She is surrendering to the majesty and the mystery of the soul. Does this assist you, dear? So now you are ready to surrender to the unknown of the soul and simply serve. It is an honor to see a being surrender to the God of their being. There is nothing else for you to do, dear one, but rest, surrender, and receive. All might, all might.